In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him nothing was made that was made.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
Boo, can you hear me? Can you hear me? What's happening, everybody? It's Jake Johnson coming to you live from the internet. And apparently I can't pull up my sound settings. Can you hear me? Yes or no? Hello, hello, hello. Great Sky Troll, can you hear Jake Johnson? I think I can hear me. Can you hear me? Check it 1, 2. I've got audio from here. I don't know if it's going there, though. I don't hear the usual echo, and it could be just because I upgraded. I don't know yet, though. Somebody needs to say something. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Kevin. This is the new audio interface. This thing. Very nice. However, I'm still learning how to use it. And I seem to have a severe delay going on with my stream here. I have no idea what's going on. What's happening? I think the next thing I need to upgrade is my computer. Let me close that and see what happens. Okay. So far, so good. All right. Yep. Everything looks right. Let's try this. Let's go priority above normal. All right. It should not be delayed on my screen. It should be delayed on YouTube screen, but not on my screen. I can't monitor myself if I'm having a 2-second delay. April will be on soon. She's driving. Okay. Is she driving you crazy? Is that what it is? Is that what's happening here? Is she driving you crazy? I'm driving myself a little crazy here, trying to do all this stuff. I just got home from work an hour ago, and in that time, I've taken the clothes off the line, installed the new audio interface, made a cup of coffee, and took a 10-minute nap. And now I've been dealing with this ever since the rest of the time. Trying to get everything in order for the stream tonight. The chill stream, where I'm supposed to be relaxing and chilling. Don't guess I'm doing much of that. Let's go color correction. I'm a little red in the face for some reason. There we go. That's better. That's all it needed was just a little, Let me just close that out of the way. I don't even need that anymore. Fixed it right up. Just took a little of the red out of my face. Now I don't look like an Indian who's mad. How is it, Kevin? How are you? And Great Sky Troll, how are you? And no, I'm not a boomer. Sorry, I didn't mean to not answer your question. I was preoccupied. April, hello. Nice to see you, dear. Glad you could join us here on the chill stream. Hey. I'm good, too. I have been working all day. It's been one of those crazy days, you know. Balls to the wall from daylight to dark kind of thing. Last night, I wiped out on my motorcycle because I had a flat tire. Blowout. I didn't wreck. I pulled off the road and there was no shoulder. It went straight into a ditch. So I slid off the road into a ditch. I drove out, but I still hit the ground. That still counts as a fall off the bike. I wasn't moving when I hit the ground, but now I've got to order a set of tires for my bike. That's fun. My truck's in the shop and now my bike's down a tire. So I'm bumming rides from my sister until I get all that fixed. Isn't that fun? And everybody's just going to have to chill with the wanting me to go places, or either that or they're going to have to come get me, one or the other, because I've got two bands that want me running back and forth playing for them, but they're going to have to come after me because I can't get there right now. Even if I ordered the tires today, it would take a week and a half, 2 weeks for them to get here. And I'm not going to a Harley-Davidson shop and buying tires. You can forget that. One tire be done cost me $350, where I can buy both tires for $199 on the internet. Just have to wait a little while for them to get here, but it makes a lot more sense to me, don't it, you? There just ain't no way I'm paying that much for anything with the word Harley-Davidson written on it. They think that name is that powerful, they can sell it to somebody else. It won't be me. And you know what'll really make you mad? A car tire will last 4 times as long as a motorcycle tire will last, and it costs half as much. But it lasts 4 times as long. Why can't you put a car tire on a motorcycle, you say? Well, apparently you can. It's called going dark side. I'm not going to do it, but there are bikers out there who have figured out a way to do so. I think you have to get a bigger rim or something, and then you can put a car tire on your back. I don't know about the front, but I don't know if I want to do all that. It seems dangerous. Kevin, there was a dog on the porch in the back deck of your offices growling at me, and there was somebody there. I put in one chair. That was it. And that, all I did, locked it. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm tough. Take more than that to hurt me. Shit. I've been jumping off of motorcycles while they were moving since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. Would you like to see my new pretty? I got that today. That came in the mail. That's what you're listening to right now. Sound quality is vastly improved, and I have more options. I can actually loop back the audio coming from my computer and record it. I still have the same amount of inputs, but, you know, it's better. It's from this decade, from this year, actually. It's a 2021. Whereas the old one was 13 years old. It was scary. It was scary and I was sad, but I got over it quickly. I had to because I had to land the plane, if you know what I'm saying. Can't be landing the plane while you're freaking out. So anyway, I had to have an upgrade. And now I got to upgrade my computer because it's slow and old too. But, and it's out of reach, but I've got a new toy too. I have a tablet, and I have figured out a way to program my tablet to be a section of buttons where I can just press a button on my tablet and things will change on my OBS. So it's like it's tethered Wi-Fi, or it's actually WebSockets, a little different than Wi-Fi. But I can control my stream from my tablet, so I don't have to be typing and, you know, going to folders and stuff. And I can do sound effects and all kinds of cool things, transitions and scene switching, and there's all kinds of neat stuff I can do with that thing. I'm still programming. It's going to take me a month to figure out how to use it, but I've got the software and I'm working on it. Do I need to come there? If you want to. No, I'm talking about the dog and the person petting it. I couldn't see. Well, maybe it was a person trying to kill the dog and the dog was seeking refuge on your back porch. You ever thought about that? Maybe it wasn't a dog at all. Maybe it was a small ninja. I'll leave you with that thought. Or maybe, just maybe, it was a rabid wolf, and the man was trying to get away from him, and he ran into your backyard, and the dog followed him, and you caught him just as he was standing there looking back to see who you were. Or maybe you're the intruder, and you got the wrong building, and you walked into somebody else's backyard. But it could be just what you thought it was. I'm just saying, depending on how you look at it, it could be several different things. Don't be so quick to judge. Diego, what's happening, buddy? I'm running my mouth nonsensically. Great Sky Troll, how come you ain't talking, buddy? I saw you were here. Where'd you go? I just got the new audio interface installed. I haven't had time to tweak it yet and play with it, so right now you're getting the rawest form of it. It'll sound better when I've had time to figure it all out and get it going. Great to be here on the Wednesday Chill Stream. Yes, it is great to be here. It's great for me to be here, too. I got off work an hour ago, and I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off trying to get everything ready so we could do the stream, so here we are. I'm exhausted, but I'm here. And happy to be. Wouldn't be anywhere else. Nowhere else. Well, I probably could sleep a little, but nowhere else on earth would I be. Great Sky Troll. Great Sky Troll. Great Sky Troll. Where you at? I know you're out there. I can feel you. Get out of there, ant. There's an ant trying to drink my coffee. He was a lone actor. He was in it for himself. He came all the way in here smelling my coffee, and he went for it, and I got him. He didn't drink much, though. I still have a full cup. Tastes kind of like an ant. What does an ant taste like? What does a triangle taste like? Does anybody know? Diego says, hey, April and Kevin. If you're wondering why I'm so fidgety, it's nervous energy. I was so anxious to get started and was going so fast trying to get everything done that now I'm just a bundle of nerves bouncing all over the place. This is the new audio interface. In case you're just joining us, this is what I purchased last week and arrived today. I just got it installed. Can you see it? You can look it up on the internet, the Studio 24C, and get all the details if you're interested. I was watching America, The Story of Us. Is that a good show? I've seen it advertised, but I didn't want to get into it because I was afraid it'd be woke. And some other history videos on YouTube. That's why I wasn't here on time. You're on time, buddy. We started early. If you want your other rocking chair, you got to get it yourself, bruh. I'm not going back in there with that big-ass ninja dog. You ever get the feeling that people are having a conversation that doesn't include you? Sorry, I'm going to check on April. Who let the dogs out? It's probably a chihuahua and a midget. April getting scared over nothing. Of course, it could be a werewolf and a giant. And she could be well justified in her anger. What I'm saying is, watch your back, Kev. Could get dangerous in there. I saw something that I've never seen before in my life today. Something very unusual. I saw a rat running around in a parking lot in broad daylight underneath cars. You know, parked cars running around. I've never seen that before in my whole life. I've seen rats come out at night. I've never seen them act around in broad daylight before. And this guy was not shy at all. He was one of those kamikaze rats. I have a 45 at the office. Yeah, but you got to get through the dog and the giant to get it. How do you define irony? I have a 45 at the office, but I got to get through the enemy to get to it. Man, that's a good cup of coffee. Jake, all I know is I heard a growl on the back deck, looked over, and the dog growled 5 times. It like, like that. But was at the end of the deck, like our deck is 60 feet long, I think. Well, you certainly did the right thing by going the other direction. Anytime you come up on a strange dog and he isn't looking like he wants to lick you, it's smart to go the other way. Because some dogs are unpredictable. And I'm pretty sure that if a squirrel wanted to, he could really mess you up. So a dog certainly could, huh? Do we have a serious delay, or are you asking, at what I just said? Which was, a squirrel could mess you up if it wanted to. Me too. La 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 la. You did the right thing. Don't worry. I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm just teasing you, honey. I got nothing else to do. That's what I am. I'm a talking head who is supposed to talk a lot. Great Sky Troll left for some reason. I didn't have any social media. I don't have any social media. I love it. Well, I have Facebook, but the only reason I have it is to advertise the podcast. I used to try and keep up with it, but it got so weird on there that I just gave up. And I don't really do Facebook anymore, and I don't do Twitter at all. I have a Twitter, but I haven't been on it in years. I have no idea what it's doing, if anything. As a matter of fact, I have an account in all the social medias, because when they first come out, I go and get an account when I first hear about it so nobody will steal my name. But I don't ever use any of it. I've got an Instagram and all that stuff, but I've never been on it other than to set up the account. And I probably should start using some of that stuff. I think Instagram could be a good tool for the podcast if I use it right. But that means I'm going to have to start taking pictures and stuff. Woof. That's the sound of a dog 3 trailers down in a trailer park. Or a dying man with no voice left. One or the other. Could be the second. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he smokes too much, and he knows it, but Mama didn't raise no quitter. From what I saw, that dog had to be older because it sounded like an older dog growl. You know, I couldn't really see it's getting dark. Well, older or bigger, one or the other. But chances are you just surprised it and it growled at you, but I don't think you had to worry about it or he would have charged you. You know, dogs that are going to bite you tend to go towards you. I don't have that problem. God gifted me with a gift of animals for some reason. For whatever reason, animals love me, and I don't know why. But everywhere I go where there's animals, they'll be on top of me post haste, everywhere. I once went to see a trailer that a guy was selling, you know, like that you pull behind a truck. And he had Clydesdales and ducks and goats and all kinds of things in his yard. And he was walking me around. He had a big yard, like 100 acres. And so we were walking all over the place. And I kept hearing this noise behind me. So I turned around and looked. And there was a Clydesdale, a goat, and a duck in step, 1 foot behind me. And it was following me everywhere I went, all 3 of them. It's like Noah's Ark or something. It's really weird. Today in history, Lawrence of Arabia dies. Wow. Lawrence of Arabia. Do you know the story behind Lawrence of Arabia? The person, not the movie. I'm a history freak. Yes, you are. And that's good because you give me things to talk about that I don't ever think about. I'm just a history weirdo. You're a natural born freak. So tell us a little bit about Lawrence of Arabia, would you, Diego? Tell us how that whole thing went downtown. And why women can't drive in Arabia. Because they're smarter than we are. That's why. Lawrence of Arabia was a British archaeologist who actually existed. Yes, he did. And he lived out the rest of his life in Arabia because he loved it there so much. But why? That's about all I know about Lawrence of Arabia. I saw the movie years ago. There is even a 1963 movie starring Peter O'Toole as Lawrence of Arabia. That's the movie I saw years ago. Closer to 63 than we are now, for sure. He did a lot of exploration there. What was his claim to fame? What did he discover that was the most exciting for him? We are now leaving April in safe. Oh, we are now leaving. April is safe. Period. I didn't see the period. Excellent. Good man, you protected your woman. Now reward yourself with a bourbon and let's get this party started. April, I'm glad you're safe. I wonder what happened to Great Sky Troll. He was here, then he disappeared. And he may be back. I don't know yet. I will not know unless he speaks. Great Sky Troll, what happened to you, buddy? By the way, my friend Sheriko is out of the hospital. Thank the Lord and all of you for the prayers. Congratulations, and thank God he's home safe. We have been worried about him. I was going to ask you about him in a little while. I didn't want to just bring it up. I wanted to ease into it, but you beat me to it. So tell him that we're all thinking about him and we're glad he's safe. And we like the name Sheriko. I wish I had a cool name like Sheriko. No, my mama had to name me Jake. Yes, that's true, but I've always been that way too. Animals love me. I think it's in the family kind of thing. But I've had some vicious dogs and people said, you can't go over there, that dog will bite you. And I'm like, no, he won't. And I stick my hand out and they come right to me. It's no problem. Yes, you told us Sergio. Sheriko is his nickname. It's a cool name either way. It's almost like Sherlock. Sherlock Holmes. One of my heroes. That's going to leave a mark. There went coffee everywhere. First time. Congratulations. First time in the podcast in 280 shows. I finally spilled a cup of coffee. Well, 180. but he prefers to go by Sheriko. I would too. What a cool nickname. My name is Jake, but I like to be creative and spell it with 4 letters. I toyed with the idea of spelling it Xequi or Que. Coffee. Really? Not. Lawrence was a British army soldier who visited the Ottoman Empire in the 1910s. There, he studied culture and archaeology and history. And he was Lawrence of Arabia. Another cool name. He ended up in Egypt, e.g., during World War II. How did you do that superscript thing? Where he did archaeology on the pyramids. Really? Is he the guy that discovered the cartouches that were hand-drawn on the inside of the Great Pyramid? And then claimed that the Pharaoh Khufu was the builder because of the hand-drawn cartouches? But eventually ended up in Arabia, where he would stay for the rest of his life. That's right. You don't know how you did it? Or you don't know if he was the guy? Earlier, you wrote E.G. World War II. How did you get the little text to come E.G.? That doesn't seem to be an option that I can do here. Is that some kind of keyboard trick or phone trick? Either way, it's pretty cool. 10 points if you can tell me what EG stands for. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Want to be a member? Want to be a member? I have a large puddle of coffee over here and it's driving me crazy, and I have nothing to wipe it up with. I typed Egypt and it gives me the option of putting the flag. Huh. Oh, EG is the superscription for Egypt. Okay. Not the EG that I was thinking of. My bad. I take it back. I mean, you can have the 10 points, but still. Hey, psst, it's Jake. No, no. So, by the way, do you know what EG stands for? The EG that I was talking about, not the flag of Egypt. Jericho loves God, and so do I. So do I. And by the way, Jake, well, we know you love God. You show up at every podcast we deal with. Okay, it stands for exempli gratii, gratis, exempli gratii, which is plural. It means, by way of allusion, or for instance, or to give an example of, or to give an instance, an illustration. Exempli gratii. That's what it means. Most people don't know things like that. That's Nerdgasm 101. But as for loving God, yes, we are well aware. And we share the sentiment. I have a Bible with my name etched on it in leather-bound edition. That was a birthday gift from my sister. One of the best gifts I've ever gotten, I think. It's got gold lettering, and it's got my name stenciled on it. It's pretty awesome. I can't read it because the letters are too small, but I have it, and I love it. And I do own a magnifying glass. For those of you that don't know, I'm nearly blind. I can barely see. I mean, I can see a little, but not like Paul, who was really blind. Come on. Everybody knows the builder of the pyramids was the original pharaoh from southern Egypt, Bubba the First. Well, the actual builder of the pyramids was a guy named Imhotep, which is Egyptian for Joseph. Think about that for a minute. Put that in your little pipe and smoke it. Joseph, the one who wore the coat of many colors, who was the first doctor and the first architect that is on record, and was a very prolific architect, did a lot of building in Egypt, including the 9 storehouses that is on the secret tour that the tourists don't ever get to hardly see because they usually have them closed off, but you can find video of them. And there are 9 holes in the ground that go down about 8 stories, and they're very deep, very well put together. Amenhotep. No, Imhotep. I am Hotep. Joseph, the son of Jacob. Yes, sir. Isn't that interesting? I bet you never put those two together. That's one of mine. Actually, other people think it too. There are people out there I've heard say it, but they're thinking along the same lines that I thought of to get to there. And so I claim it. It's mine, even though it's probably not mine. But I'm claiming it. That's my claim to fame. That's my thesis. I have a few of those, which is the reason I started teaching the Bible in the first place, because I saw things a little differently than the way things are being taught in typical churches. And I think that it's a disgrace. And I think that people have gone the way of the Catholic, and they're relying too heavily on tradition rather than the actual words of the Bible, because a lot of those traditions don't square up with the Bible quite naturally. For example, all of the idols that are in the Vatican is a direct contradiction to the Bible, which says, "Thou shalt have no graven images." The Bible is God's word, but it also are rich in history and culture. Yes, sir. And if you take time to have an education in those subjects, you begin to see, which is one of the reasons you guys find it interesting when I read the Bible, because I put modern ideas to the stories that are happening, because I understand the culture and the history behind it, because that's where my education is, in those things. And once you begin to see this rich tapestry starts to unfold, and you begin to see these people as real people, not as characters in a story. These people existed. They had lives. They felt bad on Tuesday. They had a sore thumb. They lived lives. And when you see them like that, you begin to get to know them a little better. And then they become real in a way that they don't teach in churches anymore. If they ever did. I don't know that they ever did. I know as long as I can remember, they haven't. We are home now. Thank God you're home safe. Get that bourbon and kick back and take your shoes off. Sit a spell. Y'all come back now. You hear? Thus and so, I think that the culture and history of the Bible is the thing that enlightens you as to what the meanings of things are in the Bible. I think it's a valuable tool in learning and devising what's being said. What does EG stand for? It stands for exempli gratia. Exempli gratia. It's hard to say. It means to give an instance of, or for the sake of an illusion, or to give a for instance, for example. Yeah, I learned that in elementary. Did you now? Well, it's not elementary teaching. Somebody told you that. They don't usually teach things like that in elementary. But is the prohibition against graven images prohibiting all forms of art? No, 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 no. There is a difference between having an idol, which is in the form of a god, and having a painting that you like. No, it has nothing to do with art. It has nothing to do with pictures in general, or even statues. You can have all those you want, but you shouldn't worship any of them. Had a Dory moment. Was a Dory moment. Awesome. I learned that in elementary. It's elementary, my dear April. Words that were never spoken by Sherlock Holmes. Came from a play. Next week, we'll go over what IE means and ETC. I would play some music for you guys, but I'm kind of hoarse tonight, as you can hear. I'm saving my voice. I could pick some guitar for you, but I don't want to do any singing tonight. Kind of stressed it out a little bit, I think. And I'm going to need to sing Saturday because I got a little show Saturday to do, a little birthday party. And I have rehearsal Saturday during the day and then a show at night. So I need to chill out until then. Unless I feel miraculously better on Friday. Vocally, I mean. April. Where does chocolate milk come from? Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-da. Comes from scared cows. That's a Kevin joke. Kevin. So anyway, the Pharaoh Khufu did not build the pyramid, the Great Pyramid, or any of the other ones. They were all three constructed sometime after the Sphinx was constructed, which was a statue that was erected to honor Joseph. You know, he was the number 2 man only to the Pharaoh. He had as much power as the Pharaoh had because the Pharaoh gave him. He was like the hand to the king in J.R.R. Tolkien statements. No, George R.R. Martin, that guy. What's the book he wrote? A Song of Ice and Fire? Game of Thrones. He's the hand to the king, Joseph was. And the Pharaoh liked him a lot. Apparently because he gave him some sage advice and it really worked out in the Pharaoh's favor. And anyhow, Joseph went on to make it so that all the other countries owed Egypt when the famine hit. There was a famine for 7 years. And for 7 years, nobody could make food. Nobody could grow any food. But Egypt had all this grain stored up because of Joseph's sage advice. And so during that time, not only did the Pharaoh survive the famine, but he thrived and ended up being the world power at the end of it because all the other nations had to come to him to eat and to borrow money to get through the famine. So he ended up being on top of the world, quite literally, by the end of the famine. 7 years, which was a long time to not eat. And as a thank you to Joseph, he erected that Sphinx as a honoring of him. And that's why it's in the shape of a lion instead of a jackal, which is the other sphinxes in Egypt are all jackals. But this one's a lion. Why? Because Joseph is from the tribe of Judah, which the head of that tribe, the insignia, the signet, or the signal, or sigil, is a lion. And that's why. And now later on in history, somebody broke the face off of the lion and put a man's face on it. That was probably Khufu that did that, or one of the pharaohs of that era. And I don't know whether they broke it or it broke over time or they just wanted to put the pharaoh's face on it. I don't know. But somehow or other, a man's face got put on it. But that was an addition that happened later. Originally, it was just a lion. Sorry, getting dinner ready. Brown cows is where chocolate milk comes from. Ha! April says, shut up, Jake. I said that chocolate milk comes from scared cows. I was in special ed, LOL. Were you? I was in a different kind of special class. They call it AP now. They called it something else then, but I don't remember now. But basically, it was a class for kids who were bored of regular classes, really. That's really what it was. And so when I entered the 8th grade, they said, no. And they sent me to the guidance counselor, and the guidance counselor put me in the 10th grade. So I went from the 8th grade to the 10th grade to college, because I quit school in the 10th grade and went to college later. So that's how my history started. But before I went to college, I did 2 years at Travis Technical Institute, where I studied electronics technology and information systems and computer science. Because I thought I wanted to be a computer guru. And then I realized, once I had become a computer guru, that computers outdo themselves every 6 months. So in order to be a computer guru, I would have to get an education every year. I'd have to learn again and learn more and keep going and keep going and keep going. And it just didn't seem feasible to me to keep up with it. So I stopped doing that and decided to go to college for something else. And there I studied political science and music theory, music appreciation, music theory, political science, what else? English and creative writing, English 101, 1025 and all that stuff. And something else. What was it? You know Elsie cow. You know brown cow. Chocolate milk comes from the coca leaf mixed in with white milk. Just so you know. Or the coca bean, rather. Which is, oddly enough, not where they get cocaine from. They get that from poppy. I saw a chart that was put by the Friendly Atheist where it supposedly said that COVID cases were much lower among non-religious people than Christians. So basically science wins, not prayer. Well, that's utterly garbage. That's not true at all. I don't know where he got that chart from, but it's not true. It's skewed, biased, big time. Sorry, Friendly Atheist, but I'm very Christian, and I don't have COVID. Nor does anybody that I know who is a Christian, by that same token. Matter of fact, aside from people telling me that they know somebody that got COVID, I don't know a single soul who has had COVID. I mean, like, died from it. I know a few people that got COVID, but they were just sick for a couple days. Just like me. I got it back right before they started talking about it on the news. I was sick for about a month. And then I lost my voice for a while after that. And then it finally came back. But I don't think I was ever in any danger of dying. I didn't feel like I was anyway. Tom Hanks. That was random. What about Tom Hanks? Oh, he had COVID? He says he did. Notice how all the stars came out and said they got COVID. It's almost like it's part of the talking points. Like, they get points if they got COVID too. I don't know if I believe them. It's awful convenient they were not in the country while they had COVID. They conveniently went to Australia and hung out on the beach while they had COVID. Tom Hanks and his wife. You tell me, does that sound COVID-y? I don't know. I just think they're liars. Of course, that being said, they may very well have had it. I don't know. I'm just talking from my own experience and my own opinion. I think they're lying. But they may have had it. And if they had it, I apologize. But I don't know anybody personally who has had it and were in any danger of dying. Of course, you always know somebody who says they have a relative who died of COVID. But I've never seen it with my own eyes, is what I'm saying. And my sister's a florist, which means if bodies were dropping, her business would skyrocket, and it has not. It's been pretty even keel. It may have rose a little, but not by much. Not so much that you would notice it. Like, I wonder what's going on. He shows photos calling conservative Christians conspiracy theorists and being lunatics for not believing the science. Well, if science would stop lying to us, maybe we would believe it more. We want to believe in science. We're actually calling for science. Those people are the ones who are denying science. Try to bring up a scientific fact to one of them if it goes against their narrative and see what happens. Yes, from 2nd grade to 6th grade, Spook Hill Elementary. Y'all must be on a really bad delay. I didn't realize you went to Spook Hill Elementary. I went there for like 2 weeks. When we lived in Lake Wales in that motel. Then high school, 7th through 9th grade. What are we talking about, April? Just where you went to school at, or are you talking about something specific? He says faith and science cannot go together. Well, then why is it that all the sciences were created by Christians? All of them. Biology, medicine, physics, you name it. Every science was started by a Christian. Wonder why that is. Looking for my cat. Middle school, 7th to 9th. Then, science always wins according to him and not faith. Well, he's wrong. Faith wins often. And science wins often when it's real science. There's a difference between science and the science, the capital S science. There's a big difference between those two things, and the science is a religion every bit as much as Christianity is. Don't let them lie to you. Not sports medicine or voodoo. Those aren't sciences. Those are voodoo and sports medicine. And sports medicine is basically, here, take this drug and it'll make you get out there and play longer. Oh my God, LOL. Apparently they put cocaine in Coca-Cola. They did at one time. They don't anymore. When it first came out, they used to put cocaine a little bit, just a little bit in there to make it addictive and to give it a pep. But they outlawed that shortly after they started doing it because people were getting addicted to it. They also used to sell heroin over the counter at drugstores. It's called laudanum, and you could buy it for a couple of bucks, and it was wonderful stuff. And they'd sell it for everything from headaches to toothaches to sleeplessness to sleepiness to delirium, hysteria, toothache, you name it. You take heroin for it. There were other brands too, but the popular brand was called Laudanum. You can hear about it in the movie Tombstone. Wyatt Earp's wife was addicted to laudanum, which was heroin. Bought at the drugstore. And kids could buy it. And people gave it to their kids, like for cough syrup. So in the old days, if you got sick, you'd get some heroin to make you feel better. How about that? The world was a much better place back in the 60s. All the way around. You think Robitussin is bad? You should have tried some of their cough syrup. It had a kick. It'd take you to the moon, baby. Sports update. The Orioles 6, Rays 6. Top of the 8th. Go Rays. Bop, bop, bop. Sports update. They say that the fact there were scientists and philosophers who believed in God is a bad reason to believe in God, because this was before we knew about evolution and natural selection with Darwin. That entire sentence is idiotic. Number one, it's absolutely a bad reason to believe in God because there were scientists who believed in God. You should believe in God because you have faith in him, not because somebody else believes in him. Number two, evolution's not a real thing. And natural selection only selects. It does not evolve anything. It also does not proactively cause anything. It's a selection. That's all. Every time a woman shoots you down, that's natural selection at work. Every time one takes you up on your advances, that's also natural selection at work. And Darwin was an incestuous cretin who barely could write his way out of a wet paper bag. And couldn't tell the difference between finches and finches. Take that, Darwin. I'm so tired of evolution. It is such a dumb theory. I can't believe they're still doing it after all these years, after all the proof that it isn't real. Literally, everything, every single incident that they have ever cited for evolution has been proven to be false or a hoax or an outright lie. Every single one. There is not one shred of evidence to support it. Yes, well, bah. Not one shred. I've seen guys offer $1 million for one provable, repeatable evidence of evolution, and no one has ever collected. The worst pandemic of all time, the Black Death. Dun, dun, dun. It's the plague. It's the plague. I think the worst pandemic of all time is left-wing ideology. Geez, had to go forward a bit. Why, were you experiencing a lag? Hello, Mother. Hello, Father. Camp is good here at Hiawatha. The Coke is good here, but the crack is better. I'm so stoned I can barely write this letter. Joseph Stalin was a devout Christian, but he became evil and became a militant atheist. Once he had read Darwin and his evolution crap. Oh my God, it sounds horrific. And look at what he did. One of the most evil dictators and mass murderers of all time. Even Hitler accepted it. And look what he did. Kill the Jews. If you believe in that sort of thing. I'm just saying there weren't 6 million people in Germany at that time, but who's counting? Sounds like a bad number. No, I absolutely believe that something bad happened. I'm just saying that old mean Mr. Mustache wasn't as bad as they said he was. Matter of fact, if he was that bad, then why did they put him on Time magazine 3 years in a row as Best Man of the Year? A magazine owned by left-wing ideologues. Hitler was a mean man, he didn't know what to say. He came a long way, but he just had to stay away from the Jews. Oh my, wow. Oh, men? Come on, change the record. Why? It's funny. Here at Motel 6, we have all the best waitresses that turn the bed down for you. We'll bring you meals in the middle of the night. Leave that little mint on your pillow. I'm Tom Bodette, and I'll leave the light on for you. Thanks for your support. Did I just date myself? I think I did. All he wanted was to be loved. Aww. Just had to say it, didn't you? Name that tune. Do you know the name of that tune? Did I see him play as a Muppet? Did I see who play as a Muppet? Yes. Are you talking about Hitler? Did Hitler play as a Muppet? I didn't know. I didn't. What Muppet show was that? Kill me, baby, with the things you do. Every little thing that you say is true. Giving everything, it's a tidal wave. You've been out all night, killing my grave. That's a song from the movie Born to Be a Star. Digging my grave. Was funny. I want a set. Hitler was upset and started WW2 when he found out his gay lover really did not live up to his name. You know, Ludwig van Bigdork. You call your little thing a dork? That's weird. Ludwig von Bigdork? Bet Diego did not know that. You know what I find ironic? Do you know who Hitler persecuted the most? The Jews, but more specifically, a certain kind of Jew. They were called Ashkenazi or Ashkenazi. Say what? Yes, that's true. Funny, but true. Ain't this a pretty sounding guitar? All right. I'm going to play one song for you. Name it. Tell me what you would like to hear for the one song that I'm capable of doing tonight. Go easy on an old man, would you? Great. Diego, where'd you go, buddy? Take the ribbon from your head, shake it loose and let it fall. Lay it soft against my skin, like a shadow on the wall. Come and lay down by my side till the early morning light. All I'm asking is your time. help me make it through the night. I don't care what's right or wrong. I don't try to understand. Let the devil have tomorrow. 'Cause tonight I need a friend. Yesterday is dead and gone, and tomorrow's out of sight. Oh, it's sad to be alone. Help me make it through the night. Sports update: Rays 9, Orioles 6. Top of the 9th. Go Rays. I don't care what's right or wrong. I don't try to understand. Let the devil have tomorrow. 'Cause tonight I need a friend. Yesterday is dead and gone, and tomorrow is out of sight. Oh, it's sad to be alone. Help me make it through the night. Yes, I'm scared to be alone. Help me make it through the night. How about that? How about them apples? Did you leave us, Diego? Been awful quiet there, buddy. Hey, I like all those smiley faces and the heart. I don't know what those two things are, but then there's looks like a smiley face with a infection. He's got boils all over his face. Or maybe those are hearts. It's kind of weird to have a smiley face with a herpes. That smiley face has herpes. Hey, folks, won't you do me a favor and smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you get notifications of when I'm going to be here. Hit that like button like it owes you money. My motorcycle knows it needs some new tires, so whatever you can do. Share this video with somebody you love. Leave a comment down below. Tell me if you like that song or, It sucked. Play something Skinner. But if you really appreciate what I'm trying to do here and you want to be part of it and help us out, take a moment and go to paypal.me/JakeJohnsonBand. Every little bit helps, and I greatly appreciate your support. And with that, I will round out the evening, and so I can go to bed. I'm pretty tired. Walk like an Egyptian. Strike a pose. April, what are you doing this evening, honey? What's for dinner? What are you cooking over there? You know what I had for dinner? A burrito and a Barks. And I crossed against a lion, made a beeline for the park. I got lucky. Mm-hmm. The white yoakum's in the corner, trying to catch my eye. I love it's right beside me with his hand upon my thigh. Bought myself a burrito and a Barks. Made a beeline for the light, then I had to park. I just about popped out of my head. The stars are stacked against you, boy. Get back in bed. But I feel lucky. I feel lucky. No Professor Doom gonna stand in my way. Hot dog, I feel lucky today. You're weepy. Why are you weepy? Dry your eyes, darling. Don't be weepy. Be smiley. Or you're sleepy. I see. You put a W there. I'm sleepy too. And I'm just about to hit the sack. I love you guys with all my heart. Have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with me and having a good conversation. Diego, I don't know where you went, but I'll see you Friday, buddy. Have a good night. Stay on that atheist and don't let him give you no shit about your ponytail. I will see you guys. Be happy. Don't worry. Be together again. There's a Larry Mercer just jumped in to say good night. You ain't said nothing the whole podcast, and now you're saying good night. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. I guess I'll stick around a few minutes just to talk to you. I love you too, sweet dreams. Sweet dreams to you too, April. Have a good night. How was your day, Mr. Mercer? That's good. I heard y'all had an eventful day today. It was good. Hope yours was. It was good. It was a long day, though. We busted tail today. Lot of work. Long day. We just located the cat. Snow Bitch is her name. I had a cat once named Desert Hoe. I figured you named her Snow Bitch. Call her Rainy Ho. And mine was named Trouble. Trouble. Trouble is a girl who do. Good night, all. Hello, Mr. Two. Yep, we put out about 800 t-shirts today. A lot of working. And I'm just about to turn in. I was just saying good night to everybody when you popped in. I got to get up early in the morning and do it again. When the grandchildren are around, we call her Snowflake. Smart. I try not to name animals things that I can't call in front of my mama. My mom's not here anymore, but when she was here, that's the rule I went by. Not do anything I wouldn't do in front of my mama. Of course, I would have named the cat Snow Bitch and said it in front of my mama, so you're good. Aw. Have a great night, buddy. Thank you, sir. I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you have a good night, too. And I'm just about to fall out, so be together. That's where I left off again. Be walking after midnight. Be Blue Moon of Kentucky. But most of all, above all else, if you do nothing else in this world, always be Jailhouse Rock.